Today, we are kicking off our Business Challenges series with a sector that touches almost every single person every single day: fast-moving consumer goods, also known as FMCG. These are the everyday essentials: food, drinks, toiletries, household products, the items that people buy constantly in large volumes. It's one of the most competitive industries in the world, and in Nigeria and across Africa. It comes with its own unique set of challenges. So let's dive into some of the biggest roadblocks FMCG businesses face in this region. And then I'll share some practical solutions that can help entrepreneurs and companies push forward. Let's talk about the challenges. Number one, supply chain disruptions. One of the biggest issues in Nigeria and many Africa countries is an unreliable supply chain. Roads are often in poor conditions, transport networks are weak, and delays at ports can stretch for weeks. This makes it harder for goods to move from manufacturers to distributors and then to the market. And when supply chains are unstable, costs shoot up, and businesses either absorb the losses or pass it on to consumers. Number two, poor infrastructure. Electricity shortages, inadequate storage facilities, and weak logistics systems make it tough for FMCG companies to keep goods fresh and affordable. Imagine trying to run a beverage company when power supply is unstable. Your production costs skyrocket because you're relying on generators. Number three, counterfeiting. Counterfeit products are a serious threat. Fake versions of popular brands flood markets, confusing consumers and damaging trust. In the worst cases, especially with food or cosmetics, counterfeit products can also pose health risks. Number four, fluctuating consumer purchasing power. Finally, we cannot ignore the impact of unstable economies. Inflation, unemployment, and fluctuating currency values means that the average consumer has less disposable income. This forces many households to buy cheaper alternatives or reduce the quantity of goods they purchase. For FMCG businesses, this directly affects sales volume and profitability. Now, it's easy to point out the problems, but the real value comes from solutions. Here are some strategies businesses in Nigeria and Africa can consider. Number one, strengthening supply chains. Companies need to invest in partnership with reliable logistic providers and, where possible, adopt technology-driven tracking systems. Using digital platforms for inventory management and last-mile delivery can reduce losses and delays. For startups, partnering with local transporters and building micro-distribution hubs can create faster, more resilient networks. Number two, adapting to infrastructure gaps. Instead of waiting for government infrastructure to improve, businesses can innovate around the problem. For example, cold chain solutions powered by solar energy are already helping small food producers preserve perishable items in regions with weak electricities. Shared warehouse facilities are another cost-saving options for SMEs in FMCG. Number three, fighting counterfeits with technology. Brands can protect themselves by using product authentication tools like QR codes, barcodes, and mobile verification systems. Customers should be able to quickly check if what they are buying is genuine. In fact, some African startups have already built apps that allows consumers to verify medicines and packaged goods before purchase. FMCG companies need to embrace this kind of innovation to protect their reputation. Number four, catering to low purchasing power. When consumers' pockets are shrinking, companies can still win by offering smaller packaging at affordable price points. This strategy, sometimes called sachetization, has worked very well in Africa. It allows customers to keep buying even in tough times. At the same time, businesses should look for local sourcing for raw materials to cut costs and reduce dependence on imports. And lastly, building consumer trust. In markets where counterfeits are common and incomes are limited, trust becomes your strongest competitive advantage. Transparency, consistent quality, and communicating engagement will help brands survive the storm. Even small businesses should focus on branding, authenticity, and customer service. So to sum it up, FMCG in Nigeria and Africa faces real challenges. from shaky supply chains and poor infrastructure to counterfeit goods and unstable consumer income. But with innovation, local partnership, and a focus on trust, businesses can not only survive but actually thrive in this tough environment. In our next episode, we'll shift our focus to the FMCG sector in Europe and the United States. There, the challenges are very different. Instead of infrastructure and counterfeit issues, companies face market saturation, strict regulation, sustainability pressures, and heavy competition from private labels. It's a whole new playing field. We'll break down what it means for businesses and consumers. So stay tuned and remember, every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next episode.